you please give a huge welcome to Chris Hemsworth and Taika Waititi? To see you.
It's great to be here. Great to see you. Thanks for having us.
Have you heard the term BDH before? BHD, Big Hammer Energy? BHE.
No,
Let's try that again.
I haven't.
I heard BDE.
Yeah, we've heard BDE, but we've introduced Hammer.
Big Hammer Energy. No, I haven't.
It's yours, mate.
Should I have heard?
Congratulations. The film is bigger, funnier. Taika, you wrote it. How do you even start writing a Marvel movie? Like, do you have to be across all the things that are happening in the other movies?
What I do, I try and ignore that. And, I'm too lazy. Too lazy. People, I know eventually you'll probably get to a Star Wars question.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to watch everything and read everything. I don't know what happens to this stuff. I'll just try and do my own thing. With Marvel, the same thing. I wanted to do something that challenged Thor, that made sense in a new way. Thor going through a midlife crisis, trying to find himself, trying to find his purpose. And if I get out of my lane, then it's Marvel's job to kind of keep me in check and say, you can't do that, because that character needs to be in this other movie. So, Kevin Feige is really the one who sees the whole, sort of, the entire universe.
Picture, yeah.
I mean, this partnership has changed cinematic history, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Well, we'd like to think so.
Yeah.
For better or for worse?
I think
Changed
better.
human history as well.
Human history as well, yeah.
When do you bring this bloke into the process and let him know what you're thinking for the film, or do you go to Taika? How does it work?
Like 5 years ago, we came up with this whole... the montage at the beginning and everything all together.
It's pretty much, I think we had the premiere in LA for Thor Ragnarok, and then we had, like, the film came out, the opening, Kevin Feige has a bus and all the producers and cast get together and we go to individual cinemas on opening night and say hello, and it's big and exciting. And at that dinner afterwards, we started pitching ideas, and Taika had the script in his mind, the story, and here we are.
My character needs to come back.
His character needs to speak more.
My character needs to narrate the entire film.
And he said, you had your shirt off in this film. This time, let's take your pants off. And then off we went.
Because every time we hang out, I'm always like, Chris,
must have been
you had your shirt off, let's take your pants off. And he's like, no, but what if we pay you a lot more money?
And that was simple as that, yeah.
I've seen the film and loved it, and my 10-year-old loved it and had to sign NDAs and stuff, so good luck trying to keep all that under wraps from a grade 5. One of the greatest elements of it was the soundtrack. Whose idea was the Gunners, and which one of you is the biggest bogan?
I think we're both bogans.
I'm a bogan.
But that soundtrack, all of those songs were in the script the first time I read it, so it came from your beautiful...
That
when I was writing when I was writing the film, I wanted that big, 80s metal energy, like I was one of those kids at school who, was not listening, and all I was doing was perfecting the Metallica logo on my on my school book, and the like just drawing the skulls of the GNR of Appetite for Destruction. And that's what I wanted to get that feeling, like a spray painted panel van from the 80s. Yeah, like that's Unfortunately, that's exactly what we did.
So, Chris, on this film, you're an executive producer as well. Does that change the power? Do you still have to listen to what he says, or can you just do what you want now? How does this work?
I didn't really even know I was a producer until I saw the credits at the end. I very much appreciate that offering. I've been a part of the process, 10, 11 years now, I've played the character, and it's been very collaborative and more so since we've started working together. And, it hasn't asked any more of me, I guess. I love being involved, and the passion I have for it. I have more enthusiasm and excitement for it now than I did ever. And, again, particularly working with this madman.
Christian Bale plays the God Butcher. He's particularly creepy. What happens between takes with that? Does he stay in character? Is he really that weird?
Creeps around, doesn't he? Just lurks around.
He just creeps around, and then sometimes you capture it on film.
I think the first time he walked onto set and performed as this character, the both of us looked at each other and went, is this too scary for a Marvel Disney film? And then he nuanced it with charisma, and there's an empathetic quality. You feel for the villain, which is so so unique and such a tricky balance. And I mean, he rated the highest out of all the Marvel villains in the Marvel Cinematic
We won't
Universe.
tell you why.
Wow.
You know,
You'll have
won't
to
spoil
see
that.
it.
But he's a sympathetic villain. But also, there are a lot of kids in the film, and so you know, like that's part of the reason we're like, is this too scary having this guy in there? But yeah, there's a big kid presence. Another spoiler. Our kids are in the film.
Yeah.
Christian's kids are in the film. Natalie's kids are in the film. You know, they're. It's just cheap labour. It's just cheaper. You know, they don't know. They don't know the difference. You know.
Batman versus Thor, who wins?
Thor, yeah. If I was
could
working
you
for
say
DC, I'd say. If I was working for DC, I'd say something else.
Hey, we have to go to a break, but could you please hang around because we have nothing else planned
Sure,
for the
we
rest
got
of the show.
nothing planned too.
Great.
So we're here.
It's a match made in heaven.